This play is called shoulder brush. It's designed to get the ball back to the 3 where they can drive either for the layup or kick out for that wide open 3. So let's talk about the point guard here. She's in the yellow. The one thing she needs to make sure she does is get down and try to get parallel as much as she can to that double screen at the free throw line. And when she comes off, she can definitely look for a shot. If the defense isn't there, she can look for that little jumper right there in that area. She doesn't have that, so she's going to do what we call a pass back. Now, the one thing she does here, she throws the ball with her inside hand. We would prefer she throw it with her outside hand, but that's just kind of a little technicality thing. Once she makes that ball, that reversal back to the 3 there, her job then is to try to stay level with the ball to see that if her girl helps out too much, and then she's there for kickouts and things like that. Plus, she is also going to drift to the corner because what we run on offense is primarily a dribble drive, 4 out, 1 in kind of set. So she's going to her position there. So if we don't get that ball to the corner and we get it back out to the top, then she's in position to basically get us going and start us rolling on the offense. The next girl we'll talk about is the 2. She's in the gray in the corner there. As soon as the point guard starts coming across, she is going to empty out and go to the opposite corner. It's really just kind of a distraction thing. She's not really going to get the ball at that point. She is just there to kind of get the defense to shift a little bit and maybe look at something that we really don't necessarily want them to notice anyway. But her job is to get to the other corner as quickly as possible and get ready to catch and shoot. She is in this position here. We'd like her to stay deep in the corner. You can rise a little bit. You got to read the defense a little bit depending on how they help off. But her job is to stay there and be available for kick-out passes. And in this case, she's going to take the 3 and knock that down. But she would also be in a good position there to basically start our offense, which is a 4 out, 1 in, as I stated earlier. She could dribble up to the wing there and reverse it back to the 4, who's at the top of the key right now, and get the offense going that way. So that's what the 2 is supposed to do. The 3 here is the double pick. She's the bottom girl on the double pick, the one closest to the basket. Again, the idea is to try to get her the basketball back. So once the point guard runs out, the 3 is going to receive a pick from the 4. She's the girl on top of the double screen. And she's going to pop back out. Now, the whole idea of this play is really designed to get the ball back to the 3 and let her create and make some kind of play here. So if the defense stays low or they get screened, she can take that 3 and knock that shot down. If they attack too hard, she can put it on the floor, and then she can attack the hoop. If there's no help, she can take the layup. She can also kick out to the corner if the corner girl helps off. Or if the post there, if that post defense slides over, she can dump down to the weak side, hit the opposite post to get a kind of easy bucket. Now, the one thing that she also could do that we don't see here is she could dribble out towards the baseline side and actually kick out to the opposite corner to the point guard over there. We don't see this on that play, but that's also a third option there. From that point on, she would then circle out to a corner, and then we'd be in our offense. The 4 is the top girl on the double pick there. Her job is really to do as good a job as she can, one, to get a good screen here on the point guard, but most importantly is to try to get a good screen on the 3. So she might have to do a little head hunting here. It's a little difficult to tell with no defense there. But once she does do that, if she can get a good screen, she can really open up this play a whole lot. Now, after she screens, she is going to pop out to the opposite wing, to the right in this case, and she's just looking for a kickback. So if her girl really decides, I'm going to take away that 3, maybe she slides over to her left a little bit, and she gets a pass backwards from there, and if she's a good enough three-point shooter, that's a wide open shot more than likely. Otherwise, she can drive to the basket. We run a 4 out, 1 in, like I've said many times now, and then she can basically get us going into that particular offense. So the 4 doesn't have a ton of things to do, but if she does them really well, she can get some really good looks on this play as well. Okay, and then the last thing is the 5. The 5 is under the basket. As the point guard comes across, the 5 is going to come with her. Now, if we tell her to try to screen for the 2 here, but again, if she misses or it's not very good, it's not really the end of the world. Again, it's more of a distraction, a decoy here to try to get the defense to just react to some things that really don't matter, so they just get out of the way more than anything else. So now after the ball is reversed back to the 3 here, if the 3 starts to drive, the one thing she doesn't do here that she should is maybe take one step up a little bit, just to get that basketball in an area where she can maybe do something with it. So she might be maybe a half step higher than she is currently there, but just to make herself available, because if her girl comes over and helps on that drive, she's going to get a dump down, and those are some easy baskets there. And if she can, if the point guard comes over and helps off, then she can also kick out there, and she's also there for weak side rebounding. So that's the job of the 5. So this is what it looks like in full speed here. Again, the whole idea is to get it back to the 3 and just let them be a playmaker.